Hello guys, welcome to my this video, and today in this React tutorial I will discuss about use context React hook. And my previous video I completed use effect React hook and use state React hook. So if you haven't watched my those tutorial, so go to my channel and there you will find React tutorial playlist. So you have to watch all those videos. So there I have everything I have completed, like component, about React structure, how to install React, and those two React hook like use state and use effect. So in this video, I'm going to cover use context React hook. So guys, first of all, I want to clear one thing. Many viewers just ping me in Instagram like you make long videos, make it short. But guys, I want to say, like, if I make it short, I can do it, but you will not understand what I'm trying to explain. Okay. So if you want to understand what I'm trying to do here and how it works, so that time I have to make the long videos. Otherwise, I can make short video easily. But I want to explain everything, that like it won't be any confusion after that. You will ask me in Instagram again. I have to write the code for you. I want you can write the code. So that's why I make the long video and try to explain all the thing. So now guys, here first of all we have to understand why we use context hook. So sometimes guys we get this kind of scenario. We have to make like nested component. Okay, nested component means one component we called inside another component, that is called nested component. And this nested component, and we want to pass the data, so that time we use context React hook. Maybe you are getting confused. When I will do in practical, it will be easy to understand. So guys, here you can see I have created home component. How I created those videos you will get in my previous videos. Okay, so here I have created 4 components. That is, first one is home, again about, then contact, and the block component. And this home component, here you can see this is functional component. So if first one is the folder home, and inside this home.js file. So in the JS file, here I have written function home because this is functional component and I have exported this home. Okay, so now this is home component, and this home component I called it our main file. Main file means app.js. So that's why whatever I will write here, so you will get it in the preview. So suppose h1 tag, and here if I write like I am learning React. Okay, so this thing you will get in the browser. See here it is showing I am learning React, because guys at the end we see app.js, and this app.js it is called in our index. Okay, so here in the preview we see it index.html file. So this is the React structure I already discussed. I will not go more about it. I will just move to the use context, which is motive to show in this video. So now guys, here see here this component I called it app.js file. So this is also a nested component, right? So same way, if I called our about component in home.js and contact component in about component and block component in contact component, so those will be the nested component. Okay, so what I will do, first I will call about component in our home component, like how I called home component in app.js. Okay, so how I called, first I imported home component and then I called like this way. So same way I want to call about component, so I will import about component first of all here. So about, okay, and from here like this way about, and this is first one is the folder, because here you can see first one is the folder, and inside this folder about.js file. Okay, and if I open about.js, so here you can see the function, and I imported this about, so I have to call this one, I mean which I have exported. Okay, so here about, okay, no need to write .js, simply about, and now I will call this about components. So here I will write about and close syntax. Okay, So now here I don't have any text inside this about. Okay, so if I passed here h1 tag, okay, and now if I write I am about, okay, so you will find it will be displayed about. Okay, so save this one also, and now if I go, so here you can see it is displaying about I am about, because the structure is about component I called home component here, and home component I called in app.js. So this is the structure. And now what I will do, now I will open contact component. Okay, and now same way here, first I will write h1 tag and I will write I am contact. Okay, just for understanding purpose I am writing like this way, and this contact component now I will call inside this about. Okay, so here I will import contact, right? Contact, see, it is automatically taking contact from this one. Okay, and now just I have to call this contact component. So this one, close slash, and this one. Okay, so here I have written this one. So let's see it is displaying or not. See, so how it is displaying. So I am contact, this is displaying in about component, and I am about, this is coming from home component, because I called like this way, home this about component here. So this one I called in home component, and first I'm starting from here, this is contact component, and this is I called in about component, inside about component, and this about component I called in home component, and at the last this home component, this home component I called in app.js file. Okay, so now I will open the same way block component, and here I will write h1 tag and I will write I am block. And now again what I will do, this block component I will call inside this contact component. So import block, right? So block, it will take automatically, and now here I will write block this one and close. So now let's see it is displaying properly or not. See here, okay, it is displaying like this way. Means again we have to understand the structure. First we called it block, so block component, here the text is I am block, so this component we called in inside home component, right? And now block component I called it inside contact component, and now contact component inside about component inside home, and at the end home component inside app.js. Okay, so this is our structure. Now guys, suppose inside this home component I have one data, instead of I am learning React, so this is now static, we called it static text. But suppose this text it's coming from API, so that time how can I render this? So I already discussed about useState hook, so now we need useState. So I will import useState React hook. So it's automatically imported when I click enter. Okay, if it is not, so manually you can type this one. Okay, now I have to implement useState React hook. It is required for understanding useContext. Okay, so now first I will take a keyword for defining variable const, and now here I will define blank array. Okay, and here I will assign useState. Okay, and now this. So now I told you, suppose this text is coming from API. So when we receive anything from API, so in React, that first we need to assign here. Suppose here we are receiving from it API, so where we can write here text equals to, and the API value I have stored inside this variable text, right? So that time I will call this text variable here like this way. So this is actually similar kind of scenario when we receive anything from database. So or we can call it API. So that time we store inside a variable. The variable may be array, object, or simple variable. So like here I'm suppose this one is from API, it is text, so I have received it in this variable, and after that we need to call this variable here. Okay, so like this one. But now guys, here this one I'm not receiving from any API. So what I will do, instead of like this, simply here I will assign this one. Okay, so this is concept of useState. And now guys, useState, this array takes two values. First, suppose value, here you can write anything. It's not required like you have to write text. Okay, you can write anything. So I have written text because this is simple text, that's all. Text, and another variable I will write set text, like this one. So what is the use of those two variables? So first of all, whatever value I will assign here, so that will be stored this first value. Okay, so now guys, means this one is stored in this first one. And now here, suppose here is the method and I want to change this value on click time. So when I will click a button and I want to change this value, so that time we use set text. Okay, this thing I already discussed. If you want to learn more about it, so go to my channel and you know it, what you have to do. So you have to just check my playlist and watch all those videos. Okay, so now guys, here I told you this value assigned initially in this variable. So now here what I will write, I will write like this, and I will call this text. Okay, so you will find here, you can see it is displaying. If I change here React, so here you can see it is changed. Okay, so now it is displaying. So now here I will display it by template, I mean backtick. Okay, so here what I will write backtick, and here I will write hello space, now dollar sign, like this, and inside this I will write text. So in this text I will get this one, and I will here it is just simple string value, that is hello. Okay, so now here you can see it's added hello, and I'm learning React. Okay, this is the text which I have written in home component. So now guys, now it's coming to the next point. Suppose here you can see it easily, whatever I made like nested component. Home, inside home, about, inside about there is contact. So now suppose whatever so first app.js I will close it because it is not required right now. So whatever I have defined here, okay, so this value I want to get it in block component. I mean from home component to block component. Okay, see, this kind of scenario we can get it, right? Because suppose in home component in the live project we are getting users details. Okay, so these details we want to add in block component as well. So that time already we received in home component like this, and this thing I have to receive block. I mean from home component I have to pass it block component. How can I do that? So block component, we can directly call block component here, right? So if I call block component here, so what I have to do, I have to import first of all. So import, okay, I imported, and now I have to pass block component here first of all. Okay, I mean I have to add block component like this, just close tag, I have to add it at the end. Okay, like this. So if I say, see guys, here I am block and I am block, it is coming 2 times because block component I called 2 times. Here inside contact component, again in home component, because home components data I need block component, so I had to call here. But guys, here it is nested component, so I don't need to call. So what I will do, I will pass first this data in about component, okay, and here I will receive this data in about. Again, whatever I will receive from home component inside about component, that I will pass in contact. So again, contact component I will receive the data, and from contact component I will pass it into block component. Okay, this nested way we can pass. Let's see how we can do that. So now here guys, now I will remove this thing from here. Okay, so I will write here simply I am home. Okay, because this data I will not display in home, directly I will display block component. Okay, from home to block, just remember this thing. So here I will write, okay, one attribute, or you can say it variable, that is data passed. Okay, by the way, this name, sorry, not in h1 tag, in I first of all I have to pass in about component. Okay, so here, and this name you can write anything. It is not like data pass you have to write. I am passing data from home to first about, that's why I have written data pass. Okay, and now here what I will write, not equals to, I will write this, and here I will pass this text first, because inside this text I assign this one. So from home component I pass this one, okay, this text. Now I have to receive in about component. So what I will do, just here I will write curly braces, and which variable I pass this text, this data pass. So I will call this one here, and simply here I will receive by this. Okay, this is called props as well. Okay, so now here if I bind this one, this data pass, so you will find this will be displayed, this text I am learning React, this will be displayed in about component. Okay, let's see. So see, I am about, and after that I am learning React. Here I am about, and data pass, here it is written I am learning React. Okay, because from home component first I pass it in about, and here in about component I receive this one. Okay, and I called here. So this way, nested way, I have to call up to block. Okay, means here again I will close this one, because from about component I receive this. So again I have to write like data, any variable name. So what I will do for understanding purpose, here I will write data pass home. Okay, home means this data is passing from home. Okay, and here same way I have to receive like this variable. Okay, so now here I will write data pass about, because from about component I'm passing the data, what data, whatever I have received here, like this. Got it? So now this one I passed, okay, from this variable in contact. So in contact I have to receive this variable. Okay, so here this variable, okay, this data pass about this variable. Understand, if you get confused you can write in comment section. So here I'm passing data from home, and which data, this text, and this, so this text data I have assigned this one. Okay, and now this one I receive like this, data pass home, and now this data pass home I have passed by this variable data pass about, because from about component I'm passing, and now this data pass about I receive here. Okay, and from contact component I have to pass. So here I will write data pass contact, okay, equals to which I want to pass, whatever I have received from about, I mean that one. Okay, this, and now at the end I have to receive it in block component. So what I will do, just I will copy this variable because this one I assign here. So now just similar way like this, and now here I can call this one. So you will find this text, it will display in block component. Okay, so I have to save. Okay, I have saved all those files, and now see I am block and I am learning React. So whatever the data I had in home component, that I passed in block component using nested props. You can say nested props. Okay, first home to about, and then about to contact, contact to block. At the end I am receiving here. So this way I can get the data, okay, at the end of this component, I mean last component. But guys, it is little complex, right? Or too many codes I'm writing here, right? And one more thing, I already told how can I pass this block component directly. I can call in home component and then I can pass. Okay, but guys, if I pass block component in home, so 2 times it was coming, I am blocked, because block component it's already called in home contact component, and again I was calling in home component. So that's why I had written nested type. Okay, but it also it's not logical. This one I will remove. So it is not a, I mean, too many code I'm writing. So just for resolving this one, there is one hook that is called useContext hook. Okay, so now I will use the useContext hook. Okay, and I will not pass like this nested way. So I hope guys it is clear, and now I will start to write the syntax of useContext hooks. So guys, for using useContext, I have removed all this code from all components. Here you can see now it is nothing. Okay, so now the concept is I have to pass data from home to block. So what I will do inside this home component, first of all I have to import create context. Okay, like this, and this create context, it comes from React. Okay, so that's why here I have added comma and create context. Okay, so the concept is from where data will pass, there we have to import create context. So for our case, home component, from home component we will pass the data. So here I have imported create context, and where we want to receive in block. So here I have to import use context. So guys, now here create context. Okay, and now this create context I have to create an instance. Okay, so here just here I will take a variable. So variable name, it can be anything. So it is create context. So I will write the variable name is C. By the way, you can write any name of this variable. This is totally depend on you. And now create context and this one. Okay, so C is now as an instance, and this C here I have to create an provider. Okay, so what I will do, and now this thing you have to notice here, you can see this create context instance I have created outside this function. Here you can see, okay, outside this home component, means here. Okay, so now here just I will write like this. Okay, and here I will write this C. Okay, C dot provider, because from here in home, I mean from home component I'm providing data. So C dot provider, and here also close thing also C dot provider. And now inside this I will wrap our about component. Okay, I will wrap our about component like this. Means guys, here when I wrap about component inside C dot provider, means inside this about component I called contact component, because see this contact component I called inside this about component, and block component I called contact component. inside contact component. Means when I wrapped it about component means contact block, it's also wrapped in c.provider. So now this provider will provide one value. Okay, so the value will be, what is the value? Value is this text. I mean, whatever I assign this text that I want to provide from home to other component means this text. Okay, and this text is assigned here, so I passed this one here. Okay, so this is the syntax, first syntax, and now this C I have to export. So here I will write export. Okay, C, this one, and now here this actually. Okay, so I have exported this C, this variable, and now means here whatever value I provided, so all the things, all other component is wrapped by this one. So now where I want to get this value, I want to get this value inside block. Okay, so first of all, what will be the required, that is I have exported this C. So now inside this block I have to import. Okay, so import this C. So C, and now where I'm writing curly braces because when I exported, so I exported as an curly braces, and where I'm using curly braces because here using C dot provider I'm passing one value, but suppose I have to pass the another value, so that time I have to create another create context. So that's why I have written using this. Okay, in next video I will show you how you can pass multiple value. Okay, so now import C from where? From it is home component. So home slash home, because inside this home file here, inside an home folder. Okay, so that's why I have imported this one. Okay, so now here another thing I have to import. I told you use context. Okay, so just here I have to import here curly braces and use context. Okay, see, it is automatically imported from React. And now here this use context I have to create an instance same way. So here I will write the another variable like this const, and here it is use context. So I will write the variable name is u and use context parenthesis, and here I will pass that is C. Okay, C means this one, and now just here I will bind this value. Okay, what value? This u, because inside this u variable I created use context and here I passed C, and C means our this context. Okay, this value. So here I passed here. So now guys, here if I check here, you can see it is showing error. And why it is showing error? Because see this time when I was creating context, so that time I was created in outside this component, but when I'm creating use context, so that time if I add it outside, so it will be an error. Okay, so this one I have to write inside this block function. So now it is done, and if I check, so here you can see I am block, and this I am learning React. This text is coming from this, and this is this one. Okay, so now here see I don't need to write these props again and again for all those component. I mean chain wise. Okay, so this is the benefit of use context. And if you like this video, so please like this video, and if you want to get more videos on React, so please subscribe my channel also.